It just sums up so many things that I think about. Hello everyone, my name is Phil Cooper and I am a songwriter on a journey to explore classic pop songwriting and how techniques used by classic pop songwriters can be put into practice in modern songwriting. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, then please click the subscribe button below. I'd love you to do that. I put these videos out once a week. And lots of stuff on YouTube Shorts as well to kind of highlight my points. But anyway, click the subscribe button. Today, I want to talk to you about middle eights and their use in songwriting. And the middle eight, so called because it used to be, when it was first kind of brought in, it was 8 bars in the middle of the song, which was different from everything else, hence middle 8. These days, it doesn't have to be 8 bars. It can be 2 bars. It can be 16 bars. It can be 57 bars if you would like it to be. I don't recommend it. It has a very particular use, or several very particular uses. A lot of the time, they're just kind of thrown in because people think they ought to have a middle 8. And I was asked by someone if a song can be cluttered, too cluttered. Yes, it can. And if you've got lots of elements going on in your song already, a middle 8 is maybe going to make the song feel a bit cluttered. But sometimes it can be just what your song needs to kind of elevate it to a new level. The first sort of reason I'm going to talk about is kind of when you've got this narrative kind of thing going through the song and you want to take your audience somewhere else. So it could be like a flashback, could be a flash forward, it could be changing perspective, anything like that. A middle 8 is perfect for that because it allows you to kind of say, this is something different. And you do that with, you know, a different tune, different chords, different arrangement, and so on. And someone who does this very well, who does a lot of things very well, is Paul Simon. I could have chosen all manner of Paul Simon songs to highlight this, but the one I chose is Still Crazy After All These Years. And you've got this song which is kind of about longing to be the person you used to be. That's how I read it anyway. So the narrator has met his old lover and spent some time talking, and it's kind of reminded him of who he used to be. And he's kind of longing for that kind of craziness of youth. That's how I read the song anyway. And so you have this kind of thing going on, and you're kind of following his thought process, and he's kind of narrating this kind of the way his mind is kind of processing stuff. In the middle 8, he takes you to a new place, and I kind of feel that he's kind of leaping you forward in time. So the rest of the song is about this evening that he's had, and he's ended up kind of drinking and trying to get himself back into that kind of frame of mind that he had when he was younger. And the middle 8 to me kind of leaps you forward so you can sort of say, this is how you're going to feel at 4 a.m. So you have this still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy after all these years. And he takes you somewhere completely unexpected. 4 in the morning, kept out, yawning, longing my life away. By shifting you quite dramatically with his kind of melodies and so on, he just takes you into this completely other realm of the song, which is outside what the rest of the song is kind of talking about. And that middle 8 is used for that purpose. And he does it absolutely brilliantly because he's Paul Simon and he does pretty much everything absolutely brilliantly. That, to me, is a perfect example of how to use a middle 8 to take your audience somewhere else on the journey that you want to take them on. Next, we're going to go to my old friend, Neil Finn. I absolutely love Neil Finn. As I may have mentioned in previous videos, the song I've chosen of his is Distant Sun, which is probably my favourite song of his. And Neil Finn has this way of writing lyrics in a kind of obscure way, where you're not really sure what the song's about. You've kind of got this feeling that you might know what it's about, but you can't interpret the lyrics literally. In Distant Sun, you kind of don't really understand the individual lyrics, but you kind of get a sense of what he means. And to me, he uses the middle 8 to condense the whole song into 3 lines and say, this is what the song is about. That, to me, is how he uses the middle 8. So he has this: stars will collide whenever I am by your side, and dust from a distant sun will shower over everyone. And you don't really know what that's about. Will shower over everyone, and I'm lying on the table, washed out in the flood, like a Christian fearing vengeance from above. I don't pretend to know what you want, but I offer love. And by the way, I don't pretend to know what you want, but I offer love. It's one of my all-time favourite lyrics. It just sums up so many things that I think about. But to me, that's what the song is about. It's saying, I don't really understand this world, but I'm going to do my best to just love everything. That's kind of what I think the whole song is about. The other thing he does, or the band does, is they take this very jangly kind of song. It's a very jangly song, and because this is the highlight, the kind of climax of the song, if you like, in the middle 8, it becomes very driving. So you have this, and the drums are kind of gink, gunk, gunk. They use it to take you away from the jangly stuff and go, by the way, this is the point of the song. That, to me, is how he uses the middle 8 in that song, and it's a perfect use of it. Finally, I'm going to tell you about a singer-songwriter who I've come across in the last few years, and she's a modern artist, and you know that I like to give a little hat tip to any modern artists that are doing this sort of stuff brilliantly these days. And this person is called Jade Bird. And if you haven't heard of Jade Bird, definitely go and check out her stuff. She's released a couple of albums and an EP fairly recently. She has the most amazing voice, and her songs are sublime. She's really, really good, and you should definitely check her out. And the song that I'm going to highlight is called Candidate, and it has the theme of the song is kind of about people walking all over you, and being one of those people that kind of people feel they can just use, and so on. And she has this kind of chord sequence going. that chord sequence she uses in the verse and the chorus to great effect, actually. I know I kind of say I don't like people using the same chord sequences all the way through, but she does it to a really good effect. And but she uses the middle eight to change things, which kind of keeps it interesting. But it also, she's changing her tone lyrically in that middle eight. So she has this, this is the chorus. If you want somebody to judge, if you want somebody to blame, if you want somebody to hate, I'm a great candidate. If you want to employ somebody to toy with, really, why would you want to wait? I'm a great candidate. Hey, you can just walk all over me. I'm an idiot who anyone can just do whatever they want with. That's kind of how the tone of that. And then she goes into the middle eight where she's saying, I've had enough now. I'm a great candidate. Give me your attention for a minute. I know you think you can get what you want, but now I think I finally reached my limit. Now it is your turn to take the fall. If you want somebody to judge, if you want somebody to blame. So she takes the tone of the thing becomes, I've had enough now. So she uses it, A, to melodically change. So you've got different chord sequences, keeps the song interesting. She also uses it to say, but this is how I really feel. Also melodically, she uses it to break down the song. You've got this kind of whole kind of jangly thing going on. I do like my jangly stuff, you may have noticed. And then she breaks it. She breaks it down a lot. And another use she does for the bridge, and this is, I say bridge, I mean middle eight. Bridge is a different thing, don't at me. She breaks it down in the middle eight, builds it up through the middle eight, and then breaks it down again by bringing the chorus back in. That's a very, very useful kind of way to structure a song, which I won't go into massive detail now, but building up, stripping back, building up, stripping back. It's really, really powerful when used well, and she uses it well. So anyway, that's 3 examples. I won't give you any more. There's lots of ways that you can use a middle eight. A lot of people feel like they need to put them in. You don't need to put a middle eight in. As with anything in a song, if it doesn't serve the song, don't bother with it. If you've already got lots of different elements, a middle eight might not. It might just make the song a bit confusing, a bit too cluttered. That's enough waffling from me today. If you like what you've heard, if you want to talk to me, get in the comments. If you would like to find out more, click the subscribe button. I do this every week. So please click the subscribe button. Please share these videos around, because I'd like to start talking to more songwriters and so on. And if you've got any questions, please send them my way. Eventually, if I get enough questions, I'll just do a question and answer one of these. So please do that. Anyway, until next time, happy songwriting. Like and subscribe and use the comments. Like and subscribe and use the comments.